Hello viewers, you are watching Dalimss Podcast. I am Saurav Yadav and today I have with me Ms. Gurmeet Kaur, who is the principal of Rohania branch, Dalimss Sunbeam Schools and Hostel. Today the topic for discussion is the making of nation's youth, values, vision. So ma'am, first of all, I would like to ask you, how do you see the current lot of youngsters? Because as you are the principal of an esteemed school, you see a lot of youngsters who are coming through the ages. What difference do you see, especially in the values that they hold, in the ethos that they have, in the ethics that they have?
See, when we talk about values, I think the values of a person is not just it happens in the school. It is the first and foremost responsibilities of the family. What values we take from families. Next comes school, and the third, society.
Exactly.
So now today, whatever is happening in the society and what type of activities are going on, there all three are responsible, like the school, the family and the society. So there are a lot of values which a child or as a child we learn at home, in our family, from our parents, grandparents, cousins, elders, all sort of people. Next, these values are reinforced by the school when the child comes to the school.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, the society makes it a point that they give these values. They also help in building and reshaping so that the child has an idea and overall the development of the child takes place. So somewhere, if I say that everybody talks about that values are deteriorating, that is a fact that a lot of values have deteriorated over the period of time, and it is not just the child alone. It is the responsibility of the three. If we have failed in our job, whether it is as a parent, as grandparents, or in the school as a teacher, then we can't blame the youth at all.
Definitely.
And I personally feel that there are certain values which are very, very important, which every child should have.
And ma'am, while you were talking, you were mentioning school, you were mentioning parents. What difference that I have seen, especially when I was growing, mobiles were not a part of our daily school life. Mm-hmm. Teachers were somewhat, I would not say very strict, but yes, there was a difference between what teaching is now. The teaching has become more favorable for the students. It has become more friendly. So do you also feel that somewhere down the line, this friendliness has also somewhere taken away the values as teachers and a student? Like we always talk about, we are from India, जहाँ पे गुरुकुल बहुत वो रहा है, और गुरु का जो कह सकते हैं जो हमारी कहावतें हैं, उसमें भी कहीं ना कहीं गुरु का जो स्थान भगवान से भी ऊपर रखा गया. But in today's generation, we see that friendly nature between teachers and the students. So do you think the students are taking it very lightly, और वो जो गुरु और शिष्य का संबंध है वो कहीं ना कहीं कुछ ना कुछ उसमें changes आए हैं, and there also we are losing values?
No, I personally don't think it is so, because a lot of students do value their teacher, provided as a teacher I have maintained that thin line.
Exactly.
Of a friend and as a teacher. If I cross any line, it would be very difficult. But students do respect. They have that respect. But also it has to come from the family again, I am saying.
Exactly.
अगर family में आप school को criticize करेंगे, teachers को criticize करेंगे, a child will never learn the value of respecting a teacher in the school or respecting the organization where they belong to. So we were always taught, जब हम लोग थे, हमारे माँ बाप कुछ भी हमारे बारे में टीचर्स के बारे में नहीं सुनते थे. There was nothing. A teacher has done right or wrong, a teacher is a teacher. That was the value.
In fact,
so what happened, we used to respect them a lot because we knew हमारे पेरेंट्स इनको अपने से ज्यादा रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं.
एंड इनफैक्ट आई रिमेंबर जब हम लोग स्कूल जाते थे, पेरेंट टीचर मीटिंग होती थी, तो व्हाट आवर पेरेंट्स यूज्ड टू डू वाज कि मैम दे आर नाउ योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, आपको इनको मारना है, आपको इनको डांटना है, डू व्हाटएवर यू वांट टू. सो the parents had that belief. But somewhere I also feel that now the parents are also taking it not that seriously, or taking it very seriously maybe, ki you don't have to hit my child, you can't scold my child. That also is somewhere down the line making the children aware of their rights to some extent, that a teacher cannot touch me, they cannot scold me. So does that also make it difficult for the teachers too?
See, I personally feel hitting always is not the answer at all.
Exactly.
There are other ways also by which you can discipline and be strict with the students. So those teachers who say कि मारना बंद कर दिया है इसलिए indiscipline है, I would not agree, because I have my other ways of disciplining the students, and only hitting is not the solution.
No, I was not mentioning hitting, but there were different ways to discipline the child.
They were more fearless.
Fearless, exactly.
They were more fearful that हमें मार पीटेगी.
हाँ, वो थोड़ा सा डर जो है.
And why? Because when you get beaten or hit by a person, your self-esteem really goes down.
Exactly.
So that shame comes in you and you start feeling very low. I would say that, hitting always was not the solution at all.
Yes. But to discipline, I would say not hitting exactly. What I meant by hitting was like there were some thin lines between, as you mentioned, being a friend and a teacher. And most of us during our school times, we were only looking at teachers. Yes, there were some teachers who would be somewhat friendly and we could share our problems with them. But today there are more friendly teachers. So that is what I was mentioning.
So why this situation has come that teachers have become friends? Because children don't have friends now.
Oh, wow, very true, ma'am.
Because
very
hardly we have one or two children. And in the overall colony also, that way we used to play in the evening, we don't have that group now. That is why the child is a little lonely at home. They don't have anything. And that is why they are more towards mobile. Because at home, if you don't have a sibling or anyone, or earlier we had joint family where we used to have our cousins. So we never looked for friends here and there. But now this situation has come that the child is not able to share anything with the friends because of lack of friends.
Exactly.
So the teachers have been put on that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. And also somewhere, as you mentioned, we used to go out, play a lot. Like we were also being disciplined through our parents also, that too much playing is also not good. But today's children are mostly into mobile phones, mobile games, and that is why. Do you also feel that is taking away their childhood? They are getting older, they are getting to know more things which they should not at their age?
Yeah, definitely. When you have a mobile phone in your hand, you have everything available on that.
Exactly.
There is no restriction.
No restriction.
I remember when we used to go for movies and all, if you are under 18, you are not allowed to. And my parents won't take. But now it is everything on OTT. The whole family watches
it.
Whether it is U certificate or A certificate, it doesn't matter. So definitely mobile phone in there. But then how did the mobile phone come into the hands of the children? It is not only the school who has told them to have the mobile. At times parents don't have time to talk to their children. And that is the reason when they, in the early ages, early childhood, if you have given them a phone, they get addicted to it. So later on, if you tell them now, don't use, it's not happening.
It's not happening.
Because in the childhood, when they were growing, you gave them mobile and you took it back. But later on, they got so much addicted to it that they refused to give you back.
Yes, and that refusal somewhere is, if you take it forcefully, then also they are not going to, that's not going to help the child's development.
Yes.
Exactly. Now, since we have mentioned parents, ma'am, what do you feel, what's the role of parents especially? Because that is the first place that a student or a child starts learning, or he starts to get that vision of the society and of the school and of the world that he has to follow. So how do you feel the role of the parents is important, and what should be the process, especially for the parents who are working? Because what we see in today's world is, during our time, there were mothers who were homemakers, and they used to take care of the child. But in today's fast-moving world, where money is very important, both parents are working. The child is left lonely, or he's going to the coaching classes, or he's mostly dependent on the cell phone to talk to, even to get any kind of knowledge. So what do you feel the role of parents is, especially related to this topic with the vision creation?
See, I would say give a child a goal. Because if even I don't have a goal, I will never work. I don't know where am I working, for what am I working. So the child has to have a goal, and if the goal setting can be done in the very early childhood, maybe say from classes 3, 4 onwards, if you start showing what the child should become, or ask them what do they want to become. I know the career that a class 3 child would say would differ by the time they go to class 9 and 10.
Exactly, ma'am.
But at least they will start looking for, they would like to be them. And that is how you do. That is how you teach them that, if you're looking for this particular job or career, या आगे जाके ये करना है, then this is how you should work. These are the skills you should develop. So those skills are reinforced in the school. So vision has to be there. And that vision only the parents can create at home, and the school can create. And that is how we can build up the youngsters, for those who are ready to take up, take the nation in hand and work for that.
Like you mentioned, parents, ma'am. You must be meeting a lot of parents, especially being the principal. There are too many PTMs. What difference do you see in the parents that have come today? You have had a great career. You have been the principal for a very long time. In the teaching, also you have been for a very long time. What difference have you seen through the ages, that the different years that you have been as a teacher, as a principal? What difference have you seen in the parents? What do you feel has changed in the parents?
See, now I think parents are more involved in the child's education.
Mm-hmm.
They have lot of questions. Why this? Why that? What will happen? Whereas our parents only knew that we are studying in which class.
Exactly.
At times they didn't even know that we are studying in a class. They used to ask, have you cleared? Have you passed? That's it. That was the thing. So what happened? The teacher had the freedom, and the child was also very free to do as per that, and that made them, I think, responsible also.
Mm-hmm.
But now most of the decisions in the child's life is taken by the parents.
Ma'am, while you say this, I remember there was a big debate in the last few years that career path बताना नहीं चाहिए बच्चों को, because during our growing ages, either you had to be an engineer or you had to be a doctor. These were the two most prominent fields. Now, as you are mentioning, that parents have taken a lot of interest in the children's education, but during those time also there was a debate that wo pressure mat daliye, don't give. Do you also feel that the pressure, even though the parents are more woke now, they are more involved now, but the pressure remains more on the students still?
Yes, definitely. Parents, I feel today's parents have more pressure than our parents. I would not say हमें ये नहीं पता था कि हमारे parents will never poke every time and ask. But now parents ask each and everything every time, and I think that irritates a lot of time the child also, because if you're always poking and asking questions, it irritates them. You need to just listen to them.
You need to give them freedom.
Give them space and ask them. And yes, career counseling should be done. Information about careers should be told, because I feel at our times it was never told, but there were a lot of careers which maybe I would have explored if I would have known.
Exactly.
So having awareness is very important. So today's youth and young generation and children of the school, they are quite aware of a lot of things, and which is very good. They are very aware about a lot of things.
But do you also feel that too many options also confuses them?
No, I think there the role of the school and the career counselor comes in.
Okay.
So if like CBSE has also mentioned that every school should have a career counselor. Now, why is it required? Because in till class 8, the child studies all subjects and is open to all. Let it be that way. But from class 9th onwards, you inform them about different areas which is still open, like science में what are the streams that happen, commerce में क्या होते हैं, कौन से subject को लेके आप क्या कर सकते हो. That should be guided to them till class 10. After class 10th, once they choose their stream, then they should be guided in that particular subjects only, so that they know कि इस subject को लेके भी, if I am taking a physics chemistry, it is not just IIT. There are many other streams in armed forces, in civil, society, there are many offers.
Offers,
So
exactly.
that they should be aware of. It is not that if I have not cleared IIT, now I don't know what to do. So that goes on after class 10th once they take that stream, and after once they come in class 12th, they should be guided now to fulfill their dream or goal. What is that one college or the university where they should now approach, which has the best faculty, best the placement is there.
So what can be best for them?
Yeah.
Also, ma'am, while you speak this, I would also like you to elaborate on the thing that how do we make children aware that yes, you may face failures, because what we are seeing in the society is the students are I would not, I don't find a correct word for it, but they are not ready for failures. A small failure puts into there is too much talk happening about depression. So abhi we don't know what exactly depression is. During our times we never knew. We used to go out and play, jo bhi hua ho, we would go out and play, share it with friends, and that would just vanish. But now since it is being too much talked about, every student is, hum to depression mein hai. So how do you feel that we can tackle that as a society, as parents, or as a school?
See, as a parent, I would say the parent, the first person to know your child is the mother and father. That's it. हमें अपने बच्चे को अगर हम बहुत ऑब्जर्व करते हैं, आई वुड नो व्हेन माय चाइल्ड इज वेरी एक्साइटेड, व्हेन माय चाइल्ड इज फीलिंग लो, और देयर इज समथिंग व्हिच इज बॉदरिंग हिम, व्हिच ही और शी इज नॉट शेयरिंग विद मी. सो आई थिंक दैट इज व्हाई आई told that open conversation is very important between the parents and the child. At no point your child should not be in a habit of not talking to you. If that starts happening, you will never know what's going on in their life.
And I guess mobile phones have played a very important role in doing this, because parents are on the mobile phones,
Yes.
so are the children.
Yeah.
So we don't talk that much.
Yes. So, and second is in the school, the counselors, the adolescent counselors or behavior counselors, they are the ones who will keep talking to them about these issues, whether it is growing up, about changes, about relationships, whether it is careers, how do you handle success, because कई बार सक्सेस भी आपके दिमाग पे चढ़ जाता है.
Exactly,
how do you handle failures? What should you do? How do you try to manage your stress अगर कभी होता है? How do you make your time schedule in the school itself when you're studying, where you have a time to do your hobby? How do you develop your hobby? Because these things would not lead that child to depression at all. He will know or she will know that, okay, if I am facing this situation, this is how I need to
get out of it. Now, moving towards the values, ma'am. We are India and we live in Varanasi, one of the oldest living city. Traditional values and modern values. How do a school, maybe parents, how do they balance these for a student, for their children?
See, in the school, I would say we follow most of the Indian traditions, customs, festivals, culture, so that they are not only looking towards the west, that what are they doing, but on the other hand we never deprive them of the developments that's taking abroad. So we manage both of that. And at home, I think every house has their own value system, which they should continue to follow, which should be from childhood, it should be made compulsory to follow. Because what happens, once you are in a habit of doing it on regular basis, you will not question when you suddenly start doing it in class 9.
Exactly.
Otherwise, if you start implementing something to the child in class 7, 8 or 9, the child is, since they are adolescent, they will question you. They will ask you if, buts, why, what. All these questions comes to the teenagers. Whereas in the lower age, they just follow what is said. And once you start following it, it becomes your tradition. That okay, we do this. हमें तो पैर छूना है. चल भले हम IAS officer बन जाए. Today also, if anyone meets teacher, whether it is of any category,
yes, ma'am,
they will always touch the feet of a guru, which is an Indian tradition. And I think that is very appreciable, because हम कहते हैं कि अगर हमें कुछ पाना है तो थोड़ा झुकना पड़ेगा, तो जो देता है आपको वो आशीर्वाद देता है. So value systems are very important. And from my side, if I have to highlight certain values which are very important. Is number one is the ethics. I would say ethics are very, very important. Then I would say empathy. That is important. Then integrity and discipline. These are the four values that I hold very dear to myself, because ethics is, makes a person that I should know what is right and wrong, and I should be able to differentiate. If it is wrong, it is wrong. The wrong cannot become right.
And it cannot have any explanation to that.
No, wrong act is a wrong act. Second, when you're talking about empathy, when we do certain things, we should know when we do this, what are the feelings of others. When I understand your feeling, I will work accordingly. I will not hurt you. I will take care of you. That, you also grow with me.
Exactly.
Integrity is like, trustworthiness. That how much I should be trustful. So every job and every responsibility and every post has trustworthiness. So I should be able to trust someone. If there is no trust, then I think the whole meaning of the society goes away.
It won't exist.
And it won't exist. And when you're talking about discipline is not just talking softly and walking in line. No, discipline is about your time management, is about taking the responsibility of the job that you have got. So as a student, if I have the responsibility of studying, I should be disciplined in that. I should be able to utilize my time, all the time that I have. So if I am in school from 9 to 5, I should be working 9 to 5.
9 to 5.
I should not waste my time. Everyone has a job, whether it is a class 4 grade employee, whether it is the support staff, everyone has the responsibility, and everyone should do their responsibility very nicely, and time management. So these are the values, I think, which needs to be taught to the child, to everyone, that this is what it holds together the society.
Now, talking about society, ma'am, you may be aware that nowadays, especially in India, there is too much debate going on religion-based, whatever it may be, political, it may be anything. A school, now the role of the school is to be specified to this, because when the student moves outside the society, he may have parents who may have inclination towards us. Religion, towards somebody. So how does the school plays a role? Because it is a very important part for nation building also.
Yes.
Because we as the country, in India as a country, we are a sovereign nation. So we need to know to exist together. So what do you feel is the role of a school, especially in nation building, and with the religion bias or caste bias or whatever that has been existing in today's society, what we feel, what we see in today's society, today's India?
So I think, school is one place where all religions are treated equally. All students are treated equally. So in a class, every child is there. Now what we do is, if I celebrate Diwali, then I also celebrate Eid. Then I also celebrate Christmas. I will take care. I also celebrate Gurpurab. So when you do all the four, the child gets this feedback or value that, for us, all religion is equal. Every religion is important, and everyone who follows a particular religion has a faith, and we are no one to trust, question that why you are following. People do get converted also for different reasons. Okay. Now that is also there are a lot of foreigners who have got converted into Sikhism, who have got converted into Buddhism. So you can't question. It is just a faith that they have in that. And I think the school does, and main is also with the parents. I think parents, as a parent, we were brought up where we treated all religion equally. Plus, I was very fortunate, and I'm very blessed that I come from a city which treats all religion equally. Because my friends were from whole of India. So we respected all, we celebrated all culture, we celebrated all festivals, and we had a good time with each other. So I think, yes, school plays an important role, and the best part is celebrate each day, because each day is important.
Each day is very important, ma'am. And while we are talking about nation building, ma'am, what do you see the role of these students who are coming up with age? How do you see their role, and how do you think that like you have seen a lot of children who many would have taken good posts in many administrative services. Now that you see the children nowadays, what do you see where we are moving as a nation? How bright do you see the future of our nation?
See, I would say the present youth or the children have to learn. One is leadership quality. They should be able to lead at any point of time. Next is they should be very innovative. That quality that they have to learn. And I would say this age group students are more innovative than ours. They are more creative.
Very true, ma'am. Very true.
They are very forthcoming. They are able to take risk. My generation never took risks much.
We
were safe where we are. Okay, but now's generation, they are able to take risks. They are very innovative, and I think they are very goal setting also is important. If we do these three things with our students, and if we teach them, the nation's future is very bright, because they will get very responsible citizens, and they will have citizens who are having leadership qualities and who are innovative. Because today everything remains same, your creativity works, and if you're creative, I think that would be really good. And also there are certain things which students need to learn when you are talking about depression and other thing, and what we are seeing certain suicide rates and all these things. When we are seeing adaptability and changing as per the demand is very important. If I don't adapt, I will feel very uncomfortable.
And I'll feel left out.
Yes.
There is a Gen Z term for it, FOMO, fear of missing out.
And also, not only adaptability, I would say along with it, creativity. If you are creative and you are able to adapt, come anything in your life, you will always be happy.
Very true.
You will always be able to, because creativity, even if I am in teaching line from last almost 38 years, I have seen that how I had to change myself and adapt to new things. With my age, learning Zoom and Google platform was not easy, but we did it. With my age now, learning with the AI is very difficult. Still we are learning, because we are creating the students who will take up the future of a nation. We are not creating for their families. We are creating for their nation. So a teacher, as a teacher, I have to be adaptable, adapting to different changes that is coming up. I can't say I can't do. Same way, if these children, they learn how to adapt, whatever jobs comes or goes, they will be still able to adapt
to it.
And if they are creative, they will be still be very, very, meaningful in that particular thing. And that is what is required. Because I also don't know, how many jobs in the future won't be there.
Like you mentioned AI, that was my point where I was would like to discuss this too, because AI is somewhat, there have been many discussions about it. As you also mentioned, we don't know what AI holds in the future, and the major fear is that we may not have too many jobs. So how do you see the role of these students in getting adaptability with AI? Because you learned it, so have many other teachers. So how do you see the role of AI in building the nation's future? And do you think it's a hindrance, or do you think it can be more helpful if used wisely?
So, a lot of teachers and people fear that we will lose our job because of AI. But, the best thing is that people who don't use AI will lose their job.
Oh.
If you're using AI, you will be more creative, you will be meaningful in the system, and nobody will, like to forego you. You will be there. So I think what I talked about values, people are now talking about AI also with values. So if we have taught these values to the students, whether it is ethics, whether it is empathy, whether it is integrity, or whether it is discipline, with these 5 values, if I go ahead, I think I will be able to use AI responsibly.
Very true.
That is what is required. Today, it is not about any technology, but how responsible we are in using that technology that is more effective. So, atom bomb was made. Now you use that for nuclear power to
Or
give electricity and to other things, or you use it as a bomb in a war. That depends on your use. It is there.
it can be
is.
used both ways. It can be used to build a
both.
society or to destruct it.
So AI, lot of people are misusing it, and I would say they are wasting their time. As simple as that. If you use AI to develop yourself, you will be wonderful in the society.
So rather than being dependent on it, you should definitely learn it, but don't be totally dependent on it.
No. See, AI will give you what you require. So what I ask them to give, they are helper to us. They will never do on their own. It is we are teaching
We
the
have to give them
machine
prawns.
to help us. So you take help of theirs in your way, where you can increase your productivity, you can increase your creativity, and you can help the nation. What India is taking a lot of technologies from outside. Today we see Vande Bharat. That's a homemade thing. How have we come to that level that we are creating so many? Because it is the technology which has been developed by the scientists in India. And that has only come when their knowledge they have used and their adaptability, creativity, all has come together. So be a nation builder and use AI in building the nation.
Building the nation. Ma'am, my last question to you would be, what would you suggest the parents of today, especially as we were talking about, especially for those who are working, because it's their child who will be a nation builder in the future? A message for the school teachers and a message for the society.
So, to the parents, I would say that give time to your child. It's very, very important. Talk to them, understand their opinion, their thoughts on different issues, not just what they have studied in the school, about what's happening in the society, what do they feel about it, what is happening in the world, how do they see it. Then you will come to know that what is the thought line process of your child. Is he thinking
In the right direction.
in the right direction, and is he or she giving the opinions in a very responsible manner? Because just giving opinion is not important. Giving opinion in a very responsible manner is very important. So understand your child, I would say, and be open. If they say that they want to pursue a particular career, ask them how and how they will reach there. What is there in that career? Maybe I have not understood that career because I am not in that career, but maybe they would have understood, and they will tell you that how do they need your help, and ask them where do they need their help. Number 2, their goal setting. Please ask them, keep having this conversation that what do they want to become, what they would like to do. It is not just a job that they would like to do. Are they going to be an entrepreneur? If yes, what? That is also important.
Clarity of thought.
Clarity of thought. To the school teachers, I would say, while the child is in school, build up their skills. Because jobs may fail, new jobs may come, other jobs may go. But if you have taught them the skill, and when we talk about skill, it is the 21st century skill that the child needs to learn. And that is literacy media. That is literacy education is there, digital education is there, media education is there. Along with that, leadership, all these qualities, communication skill, and collaboration. This is going to work for them for life. So let us not teach just subjects and not teach them that. Give them the basic. It is said that don't give a fish to a person. Teach them how to do the fishing. And they will survive. So that is what we need to do. And to the society, I would say, please help the children in building their values and support them. Because values cannot be just built or given at home or school. It is the society also which is very much responsible. Use the youth in the right direction, and I think the society will flourish like anything.
Definitely, ma'am. And that was a very insightful session with you. Thank you very much. And I hope all our viewers must have enjoyed. And I believe that whatever ma'am has said, not only the parents, but the teachers and the students would definitely, they'll have very much positive impact in their life if they follow what just ma'am has said. So thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.